Welcome to ATVision, powered by Quad Off-Road Magazine. This Motosode brought to you by Motoworks. Jason Wygant here as we profile the Suzuki riders and team for the 2009 AMA Pro ATV Motocross Championship. Suzuki has a storied history in this sport. They invented the four-wheeled ATV back in 1983. They were factory racing back in the 80s with Gary Denton winning championships for them. And they are back with Rockstar and Makita backing, and the defending series champ Dustin Wimmer and veteran Doug Gust on the squad. And even their team manager is a superstar, Corey Ellis.
Corey, you were a longtime racer and you came on as team manager a year ago. How'd you get that position?
It started off as I quit racing, and then I got a job at Yoshimura, and I started helping out in 07. And pretty much, Pat Alexander was the team manager that year, and I was helping him out quite a bit. And then he got so busy at Suzuki that he couldn't really do it too much last year, so they asked me to take over. So that's kind of how I kind of fell into it.
Team Suzuki was the first team to bring factory support to ATV racing, and their motto is serious about the sport. Why does Suzuki take that stance? That's
exactly it, you said. Just because we're the first team to come out and have factory riders, have a factory rig. They are serious about the sport. They had a team back in the day. Suzuki did. They were one of the only teams back then on the ATVs. They were the first one with a 450 race quad. So Suzuki is definitely serious about the sport. They're the first to setting a lot of things out here and making this stuff happen. So that's where that all came along from. Actually, it was Ronald Lapuznak that came up with that phrase on the back of the truck, and we stuck with it on this new truck that we got this last year. So we're just kind of carrying through with this. Suzuki is serious about the sport. Everything we do, we are serious, and we are usually the first ones to do it.
Joe, you're a rookie mechanic with Team Suzuki. Have you gone through any hazing or initiation to be part of the team?
It's been tough, but no, they've welcomed me with open arms for sure.
That's good. You actually were a racer before you started mechanicking here. You actually ended your racing career here at Unadilla. Tell us about what happened there.
I did. I came back from an injury in the 07 season. And it was my second round back in 08, and I got hurt again. Broke my left arm, my left leg, spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and I just was over it. 2 injuries in a row, and I was done.
After being a racer and coming to all the nationals, it must mean a lot to you to be working with Doug Gust, a legend in the ATV racing world. How does it feel to be behind the tent now?
Oh, it's great. I actually live back home in Wisconsin. I live about 3 hours north of him, so I've always known him, talked to him a little bit and stuff. And going from ATV racing and getting hurt and ending my career, this was the perfect job for me to stay. I love the sport, so I was actually a Yoshimura sponsored rider in 08, and after getting hurt, I actually called Corey and talked to him, and things fell into place, and I'm happy where I am now.
I'm sure they're all glad you're on board too. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm here with John Shelburne. John, you're the truck driver for Suzuki. When did you come on with the team?
3 years ago. After the dealer show in Indianapolis, Wayne Henson approached me about the job and started after that.
John, you stay with the truck almost all year round. You stay with it through the summer, and then also in the off-season you travel to California with the truck. Why do you do this, and why do you devote the time to the team?
Because it takes that to be what Suzuki is. The riders put in a full year. They don't take off the off-season. They're out training, running, lifting weights, that type of thing. And I figure, the mechanics, they're working on bikes, trying to make the bikes better, lighter, faster. The engine builder, that's what he does, makes the motor more reliable. So I figure it's my job to make sure the truck's more ready. It's easier for us to do things. And then also it allows me to help wherever I can, either at the shop in California or at Lost Creek Cycle, where I keep the truck during the summer.
You also handle a lot with the truck. You take care of the tent, you take care of the food. Tell us a little bit about the food. You're famous for good track recipes. What are some of your favorites?
Everybody likes my jambalaya that I do. Also, Dustin, every week I've got to have chicken for him to cook, and I use different marinades and stuff like that with that. I just did ribs for the first time last night. They turned out real good, so I've got to start doing that again. One of our old mechanics, Robert McClure, had me doing burnt bottom lasagna, which is a lasagna, Stouffer's lasagna you buy and you put it on the grill, and it's done when the bottom's burnt.
Doug, you're the longest standing member of the Suzuki team. You've been through a lot of team changes. What adds into a successful team?
Well, they do a good job. I got great engineers, great mechanics. Everybody behind me here is awesome, and Suzuki makes a great product, so keeps me going.
You have a new mechanic this year. He came from racing, and I'm sure he looked up to you for years. How does that add into having your bikes be set up how you like?
Oh, I broke him in real soon, real easy. But no, he's good. Joe Havel, he's doing a great job. You know, he was new this year, but he'd been racing, like you said, and he had Suzuki's before, so he knew what he was doing.
You were here with Suzuki when they started factory racing back in 2005 on the Z400. How has everything advanced since then?
Oh, it's advanced a long way. We came out with the LTR 450. Actually, we started in '04, was the first factory team with the Z400. And in '05, I went over to Japan and started helping them design 450R. And boy, they released it in '06, and it's been an awesome quad, the best quad out there.
Kevin, you're crew chief for Team Suzuki. You are responsible for the products that go on and the maintenance that happens for these machines. What goes into building a championship bike?
Well, it's a little more in depth than the average amateur rider. We do a lot of testing, spend a lot of time testing other products than what we actually race on our bikes. Sometimes, you know, if we see a company comes out with a new product and we might be interested in trying it or finding out what our competition's using, you know, we do some testing with that, and you know, we're always searching for products that make our bikes better and you know, make a better ride for the rider and get us up front.
Two of your mechanics were previous racers. One of them has been involved as well as you as mechanicking and working on the bikes for all these years. That must add into a lot to your success.
Yeah, you know, this team is what it is due to the people that are involved with it. I mean, you know, Glenn and even Joe being, you know, the new guy, they're great mechanics, and, you know, even our administrative staff above us and the people that don't even come here, you know, on a weekly basis from Suzuki, everybody's behind it, and, you know, when they say they're serious about the sport, they mean it.
You came on with Suzuki at a point in your career when you could have chose any manufacturer to go with. Why'd you come with Suzuki?
Suzuki came here with the best team and best support. They really showed they had a lot of heart and just put a lot of effort into their program and looked the best. So
it's obviously working out for you. When you came on with the team, you took the place of Jeremiah Jones. How much pressure was there for you to perform at that point in your career?
I tried to think about too much of the pressure, but just try to go out there and do my job like every other day and just put a good solid year in for them.
You and Glenn have a really good relationship. I know it means a lot to you and your bike and making sure that it always runs. What is your relationship beyond the track?
Yeah, you definitely got to have a good relationship with your mechanic on and off the track. Go out and hang out and do regular things together and just have a lot of bonding time. I mean, we're out there. I'm putting my life on the line. I'm trusting him, so always got to thank him for after every race for the bike coming back and working good. So
we wish you the best of luck as always.
Thank you.
Glenn, you're mechanic for Dustin Wimmer. We just talked to Dustin about you guys' great relationship. You guys work together and he trusts you. You have a good relationship with him. Tell us about that.
Probably started about 3 or 4 years ago, mechanicking back with Kevin from Lost Creek. Just kind of hit it off. He hung out with the group that we hung out with, and we're both kind of quiet, so I guess we can relate to each other on the needs of what's going on, and we just do really good together.
You have a lot of superstitions with the bike. Tell us about some of those.
Lucky coins. The morning of the race, we usually try to find a lucky coin, put it underneath the bar pad, and so far, it's worked. Worked all last year, so.
You also have started to sign the bikes. Is that something to do with your superstitions?
Peace of mind. When I'm done, I sign it and push them off for good luck.
I was told to ask you, do you have any nicknames under the tent?
Not that I know of. No.
Mr. B?
Mr. Burns. Well, that's from the Kawasaki tent, and they're a little off their rocker over there, so.
Thank you, Glenn.
Here's your point standings heading into Muddy Creek next weekend. Chad Weenan leading Bird and Wimmer. It's going to be a knockdown drag-out between those three for the rest of the year. That's right, June 28th, Muddy Creek in Bluntville, Tennessee. Catch it live or watch our next Motosode Wednesday, July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern, with coverage of that event. This is all brought to you by MotoWorks. Big thanks to Krista Watson with help with the interviews. For everyone here, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching ATVision, powered by Quad Off-Road Magazine. We'll see you at Muddy Creek.